Meanwhile, Jimmy came to Toe's house. But even after ringing the bell, Toe didn't open the gate. Jimmy tried calling Toe, but his calls weren't answered. In the end, Jimmy climbed over the gate. He went inside and saw Toe lying on the sofa. Jimmy woke him up. Toe woke up and asked how Jimmy got in. Jimmy said that he climbed over the gate. He had even called Toe many times, but Toe didn't answer. Toe explained that he had taken some medicine and fallen into a deep sleep. And his phone was on silent mode. Jimmy checked on Toe and said that Toe felt very hot. Jimmy asked Toe to go to the hospital. Toe replied that he was fine. After all, it was just the flu. Besides, he still had to check cafe orders. Hearing that Toe was prioritizing work, Jimmy carried Toe to his bedroom. He even placed Toe on his lap. Toe kept saying that he was fine. Seeing how stubborn Toe was, Jimmy treated him like a child. Not only that, Jimmy helped wipe Toe's body. Feeling embarrassed, Toe tried to refuse. He said that he could do it himself. Jimmy said that Toe didn't have to be embarrassed. After all, they were both men. Jimmy suddenly took off his shirt. Toe, of course, asked why Jimmy was taking off his clothes. Jimmy answered that he did it so Toe wouldn't feel embarrassed. So it would be fair for both of them. In the end, Toe agreed. Jimmy began wiping Toe's body. Their gazes met. Jimmy even complimented Toe. Even though he was sick, his body still smelled nice. Tay came home and got annoyed when he saw Jimmy's car in front of the house. Not finding Jimmy anywhere. An angry Tay opened the door and found Jimmy holding warm water. Tay asked about his brother's condition. Toe said that he was feeling better after taking medicine. Besides, Jimmy had been looking for Tay. Seeing that Toe was hot, Jimmy helped wipe his body. Toe already felt much better. Jimmy said that Toe was very stubborn. He absolutely refused to go to the hospital. So the only thing Jimmy could do was wipe him down. Tay thanked Jimmy. He asked why Jimmy had come to his house. Jimmy said that Tay had forgotten his shoes in his car. Jimmy's intention was just to return Tay's shoes. Since Tay was already home, Jimmy said goodbye and left. Tay went to see Jimmy off. He thanked Jimmy again for taking care of his brother, and wanted to apologize for rambling at Jimmy earlier. To Jimmy, Tay was a strange person who was very obsessed with his sibling. Tay's sibling was like a sibling to Jimmy as well. Jimmy explained that he wouldn't betray anyone, because Tay was his friend. Jimmy reminded Tay to give Toe his medicine, because if not, Toe would go to work. As Jimmy turned around, he muttered that Tay was a traitor and too slow for him. That night, Tay and Toe were having dinner together. Tay asked how the food tasted. Toe praised it, saying that his brother's cooking was very delicious. He didn't even know that Tay was good at cooking. After finishing, Tay reminded Toe to take his medicine, because his younger brother kept nagging. Toe took the medicine. Curious, Tay asked whether it had really been Jimmy who wiped Toe's body earlier. Toe asked why Tay suddenly asked that. Tay said that he was just worried about his brother. Toe explained that Tay had seen it himself earlier. Why didn't Tay trust him and Jimmy? Tay said that he just didn't want Toe to like Jimmy, and he didn't want to see Toe get hurt. Tay had been Jimmy's friend for a long time, so he knew exactly what kind of person Jimmy was. Toe asked why Tay had to worry about him. Tay should be worrying about himself instead. Tay asked what was wrong with himself. Toe replied that since that trip, Tay hadn't been himself. Toe didn't know exactly what it was. but he knew that Tay was hiding something. Tay immediately said no. He even made an excuse that he had to wash the dishes right away. To teased his younger brother, saying that something was suspicious. And that Tay could tell him everything when he was ready. To smiled. That's all for this part. See you in the next part. Thank you for watching. Until then, have a nice day.